guys, are you new to luring and not sure what lure to use? So stay tuned to this tutorial. Hi guys, this is Mathew from Hookem. So this week I'm just going to go through a very short tutorial on certain indicators on the lure that will tell you what kind of action and what kind of lure purpose they are made for. In many cases, when you go into a tackle shop, you'll be basically immense with all the numbers of lures that you can never imagine. It's just everywhere, right? And especially this could be very daunting for a new angler that is just trying to start on luring itself. Right? Every single lure that's made out there is made with a purpose. Okay, there are different water columns to fish from the top water to the shallow water to the mid water to the deep waters and stuff like that. So there are lures that are catered for this so-called water columns itself. In most lures, when you go to a tackle shop, and if you have a chance to hold or feel them or even through the packaging, you'll notice that actually on the berth of the lures, in most of them, right, there will be the brand name. For instance, this would be like the dual release, right, and a number. It could be like 80, or 50, or 85, or 100. That will actually determine the length of the lure itself, followed by normally there will be an alphabet. It could be an F, it could be an SP, it could be an S, or there could be many other variations out there, right? But most of the time you're just going to find three of this, right? The F, the SP, and the S. So F stands for floating. Means that the lure itself will float when it's stationary in the water itself. So when you cast a floating lure like this, right, basically when it hits the water, right, it's just going to float and it's not going to move around and stuff like that. But when you crank, it's going to dive to the depth that it was engineered to, right? And when you stop cranking, it's just going to wobble and float up again to the surface. That is a floating lure, right? So you can imagine the action, it will be something like that. You just go, as you crank it down, you go down to the ultimate depth, and then when you stop cranking, you'll just slow float up again, right? And normally when you stop cranking, it's just at that point in time when it flutters up, right? That's where you're going to get a hit, right? Again, depending on the water column that you're fishing on. Okay, so we'll go through that a very quick one later, how to differentiate what is a shallow lure and what is a deep dive lure. Okay, we also have lures that are meant like this. It's a suspending lure. Okay, so what does suspending means? Normally when it hits the water, it starts to sink a little bit, but you'll come to a point where the water buoyancy level and the lure will just tend to suspend at the area itself, right? It's not going to drop, it's not going to float up anymore, and it's not going to sink down anymore and stuff like that, right? So basically means you could be cranking your lure, and this is the ultimate level where it always suspends, and every time you crank it's going to be here. But the moment you stop cranking, let's say like that, you stop cranking, it will still suspend around the same area, right? It will not go up, it will not go down. So that meaning is to say that if you know exactly the fishes are maybe in about 1.5 feet of water, and you have a lure that's about 1.4 feet of suspending lure, I would say use a suspending lure, right? It's going to get you more hits because the lure will be in the strike zone longer. Of course, you also have the sinking. It is illustrated with an alphabet S at the end, right? So sinking lures, I mean, by now you should really know what it means, right? It will actually, when it hits the water, it's just going to sink all the way down itself. So it is good if you are targeting like very deep waters, or you just want to cast it out and it slow sinks down to the depth that you wish to have, and you slowly walk your lure there. You know, you kick it up a bit, 1-2 feet, and let it slow it down again and stuff like that. So again, it's just trying to get the lure in the strike zone as long as possible, right? So every lure actually is designed and engineered for a reason. Have that, the floating, the suspending, and the sinking. However, we cannot deny there is the top water lure, meaning to say that they are the ones that's always above the water lah, you know. So it could be mimicking like a thrashing bait fish trying to run away and it's creating the wake above the water. You know, that's where the predator will come from below and just trash it out. Very good to use if you are maybe fishing in like 1 feet of water and stuff, because then it's it's so low that the fish is not really wary whether it's a shallow lure or is it a top water lure. They were still going to take a top water lure, right? And top water takes tend to be much more exciting than a normal lure. What is the difference between a shallow lure and a deep diver lure? How do you differentiate it just by looking at it? It's a very simple rule of the thumb. Alright, 3 examples again. The top water lure doesn't have a beep at all. Alright, because every time when the water catches the beep, it will tend to, based on physics, bring the lure down to dive. So normally top water lures won't have a beep. Even if you have, it could be a very wide but shallow one just to create a little bit more wake and action, right? So top water lures has no beep. Okay. Normally shallow or mid-shallow lures, it really depends on the beep size. So like in this case, this beep is quite short. So you know it's going to be a shallow lure, or you know, maybe up to 1 or 2 feet and stuff like that, right? But in this case, in this scenario, look at the beep size. It's really very big. This lure is meant to dive up to about 4 to 5 meters deep, right? So they need that kind of resistance here to cut the water and really bring it down to the depth, to where the fishes are. So normally for this kind, if we are fishing like 4 to 5 feet of water, cranking along the rocks or breakwaters for the groupers, we'll be using something like that, right? So like maybe if you're looking for pelagics, say like the queenfish, you know, you see them chasing after bait fish, you might want to try to match the tambans or the siglas, or you know, something slim profile, something like this, where you know the bait fish will always tend to be maybe just about half a feet below the water, right? Get a shallow lure about 1 feet, half a feet, work around the sides of the big fish, you know, because it could be the stray one away from the group, right? And it becomes an immediate so-called magnet to the big ones, right? So yeah, so basically that's the very short tutorial about it. So you understand what does the alphabet means at the end of the lure, the F, the SP, the S, right? You pretty much covered a floating lure, a suspending lure, and a sinking lure itself, right? That's on the minnow style. Of course, you do have like vibes, you know, and jig heads and stuff like that. Those are really just you just sink to the bottom and stuff. Very good to kind of scout how deep that area is and work your way and get a better understanding of the terrain so that you can choose your lures correctly to catch the fish. I hope you guys enjoyed that short little mini tutorial on actually how to choose your lures and understanding how to identify the lure kind of features, right? If you like this kind of videos and you love to see more, please like and subscribe to my YouTube channel. I would appreciate it so much as we go through these difficult times, you know, especially at home and all around the world, right? So in the meantime, stay safe, stay strong, stay indoors, and stay sane. Alright, take care, bye.